Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Rupan the third part 6 episode number 7 and 8 reaction. Alright, the previous two episodes that I reacted to were kind of unusual, I have to say. There was a few things that made no sense. At least I wasn't able to make any sense of a few things by the end of it. And I tried checking out a few discussion sections and all. And turns out a lot of people are have been confused about that episode. There's a lot of things that doesn't really match. However, it still was an interesting twist. The first episode had a good foundation, but the episode after that kind of gave a lot of explanations, like made no sense. And yeah, it was basically Rupan getting transported into another, you could say, a parallel universe, or like, no, not parallel universe, a virtual world of the same world. And him meeting a completely new cast of characters. There's a few people who he knew, obviously, but they were not the same. Fujiko was part of another organization. Jigen was like a bodyguard. Goemon was also not there. However, later on we get to know this Goemon was actually Art World's Goemon, who also got transported here. So, and we get kind of into get mixed into a situation where there was another thing was happening. There was this lady who got their hands on the artifact that brought Lupin over here, that thing. And and then there was a lot of things happen. I cannot really recall exactly what happened. It's been a while, 2 weeks. But by the end of it, a lot of things didn't make sense. Which the first one was that how they brought Lupin here in this virtual world. There was a few researchers who brought them here to get to know Lupin's hideout password. And another thing that didn't make sense was like, why would Rupan even enter the hideout password over there? In like a little terminal. Why would he even do that? And then there was also that part where Goemon fell into the water, but he they didn't show what happened after that, and suddenly Goemon popped up later on without giving any explanation what the hell happened after he fell in the water, and a few other things. So all those stuff, didn't properly make sense. But in the end, the whole thing got resolved where Rupan and Goemon realized what's going on, and they came out threatening to completely destroy their hideout. And yeah, they come out of that world and give them like a fake, the password. It was like a wrong password. A few things happened. So yeah, and in the end, I was left confused, but it was still an interesting thing, like a virtual world kind of episode. But either way, let's see what happens in this episode. It's been a while we've seen anything about homes, so maybe we're going to get back to that. Let's begin episode number 7. So yeah, I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's get started. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Oh, here we go. We're back again. Hmm. Oh. Yeah. Oh, great. Here we go. It's fantastic. Well, at least he doesn't have to pay him now. Good God. Oh, they were from the lighthouse. They were shooting. An untold tale. Lupin versus Holmes. Ah, all right. Wow, that is, guys. Okay. Oh, that was the. Hmm. Oh, oh, that's Lily. It wasn't. Was that her name? Yeah. Yeah. Is this Lupin in disguise? I feel like this is Lupin in disguise. Or maybe not. Hmm. That's Lupin. The, the way he's talking. Real Sherlock Holmes is the one with. Ooh. Yeah, she's also like blaming herself. Hmm. Yeah. Oh God, what's happening? Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is Lupin. Okay. Wait, what the? Oh no. Uh, yeah, well, uh, yeah, great. Well, cat's out of the bag. Oh, wow. Oh my, the police were like waiting. Oh God. Alright, was that really Lupin or was it really Lestrade, Officer Lestrade? Yeah. Okay, what's. Oh, she's. Yeah. Oh, is that Watson? I think so. Alright, maybe I was wrong. Maybe that was Inspector Lespard, not Rupan. Yo, your head. What's up with that? Ah! Oh my god. Any that? Oh no. Hmm. Okay, I'm still not sure if that was Rupan or not. Maybe because if it was Rupan, then I guess maybe that's why she got the headache, or I don't know. Oh, the photograph. Wait, someone's keeping. What the? When did he pop off from? Yeah. Did you really? Yeah. Big question. No, I doubt that. What the? Whoa! Oh, this is that guy who's been. What the hell? Is that a Steam? My god, that's a. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's a fake. That's a fake. Holmes was talking to Mrs. Hudson about that, most probably. Saying how to keep a dummy. I don't know. Let's see. That's a crazy gun using Steam to. That's the type of a gun that I would see in a video game. Yeah, air rifle. Okay. Damn. Sebastian Moran. Wow. Wow. Hmm. Damn. What? Okay. Professor. Well, Zenigata's here. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Hmm. Wow. Okay. Hmm. Ratio Clover. They're having like a whole conversation here. Okay. Oh, so he ran. Okay. Okay. So okay. So Rupan followed him. What the? What the? Is that someone from Raven? Oh no! So Watson came and saw this. Oh no. Yeah. So he got shot by that. Yo, I wouldn't be surprised if Inspector Lestrade was actually the person behind that mask. I don't know. There's a big chance of that happening. And yeah, this Lily saw this, and then yeah, I see. So okay, yeah, why? Ah, I see. Makes sense. Yeah, because he's the great detective. I see. Okay, and that's why that is, and that's why Holmes never said that you killed Watson. He always said that you don't come near Lily. He never said anything about killing Watson. Yeah, and all right, so there is a big chance of that guy under the mask being Lester, right? Ah, okay. I see. That guy is just sitting there. General public? Good God. All right. Oh, nice. Damn. Wait, so did we get him? Oh, he's gonna jump. Obviously, it's very obvious he's gonna jump. So what? Totally overwritten. Hmm. Yep, he's gonna jump. Like obviously. Does he have a parachute, or is he going to just? Oh, okay, there's water body. Oh, wait, what? Okay, that caught me off guard. Ah, I see. Oh no. Oh wow, that's a lot of guns. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Wait, so did he really think that Rupan killed Watson? Oh no, no, okay, okay. Okay. Alright, okay, interesting. So, one thing we got to know here is that Holmes already knew what had happened, kind of. Makes sense, like he is the great detective, like seeing a scene like that, obviously he wouldn't assume from the beginning that, oh, Rupan is the one who killed him, unless and until he sees him killing him, Watson, by himself. So, yeah, like obviously some other people, if they come across a scene like that, they'll obviously jump into conclusions. But being a detective means like you should never trust anything other than your own eyes. And sometimes you shouldn't even trust your own eyes, that type of thing. Like always try to find like a reasoning, a motive, and like proof behind each and everything that you see. So obviously after seeing that scene, Holmes would never think that Rupan killed him. He would definitely think that, oh, let's see if actually Rupan killed him or not. Is there any proof of that? Is there anything backing that claim? You know, and he'll cross check all of this, and then after getting a conclusion, he'll decide if Rupan is a murderer or not. He wouldn't just jump into conclusion. So he realized that it wasn't Rupan, and Okay. Wait, there's still something left? Alright. One kid. What? Oh, that's it. Alright, so like I said, he wouldn't, being Sherlock Holmes, he definitely would not jump into conclusions. So that is why he knew that it wasn't Rupan. And that's why he said, like, oh, don't get involved with Lily anymore. Now, I can understand a few things that obviously when the first and the second episode I watched first and the second episode I really didn't pay much attention to, but now it's making sense. The number one thing is that we've never heard Holmes saying something like, oh, Rupan, you killed Watson, any type of thing like that. He never said that in the first two episodes. Obviously Lily is under the wrong impression that Watson has been killed by Rupan, so she always says like, oh, this is the man who killed my father, stuff like this she's saying. However, now that I'm thinking about it, Holmes never said that. Holmes never uttered anything regarding how Rupan killed Watson. All that he said was that don't come near Lily. That's all that he said. And we had made a deal that you will not come near Lily. He never said anything about Watson, which now it's making sense because he knew that Rupan hasn't killed Watson. So, so the fact that he forbade Rupan from coming in contact with Lily was definitely because of a few reasons. Number one, I'm pretty sure that Rupan, being such a notorious thief, like a lot of people has their eyes on Rupan. So seeing if Rupan comes in close contact to Lily, maybe some people from the Ravens who might have some eye on Rupan might see Lily and try to get to her. Her being the only witness, see, like, in that scene. That's number one. Number two, obviously Lily's own trauma. Seeing Rupan, she always, like, freaks out and she's like, goes unconscious. So because of that, Holmes definitely did not want Rupan to come near Lily. And yeah, Rupan coming near Lily is definitely going to trigger that. And like I said, like Holmes's own past, since he doesn't want to Lily to get involved in that, Rupan coming in close contact to Lily would definitely mean them going closer to Holmes's past again, which would bring back all those memories to Lily, and it's just going to make her suffer. And like other people might put their eyes on Lily. So I'm guessing that is the main reason why he told Lupin not to come near Lily, and it makes sense. So there you go. That's the whole thing. And obviously, as we see here, Lupin said that, oh, he has been overprotecting her too much. Like how long will he keep her, like, like protected like this? Like she has to face the truth, which is something that he realized in the end that, yeah, Lupin is right. Another thing that I can see what happened here is the reason why Lupin and Holmes never fought each other is because after Watson's death, Holmes knew that a few things are going to happen now. Number one, a lot of people are going to try to target Lily because she is the only witness over there. Even though her memory is missing, she's the only witness. So a lot of people are going to target Lily because of that. That's number one reason. Number two reason, if Holmes and Lupin fought over there, like Lupin said, none of them are going to get scot-free. Like Holmes might get injured, Lupin might get injured. Worst case scenario, Holmes might die, Lupin might die. Either of it might happen. In the case Holmes dies or something happens to Holmes, Lily will be all alone. And taking that opportunity, the people from the Ravens or some other criminal organizations might put their target Lily after that, which is something that Holmes didn't want. So thinking about that, he said like, fine, go ahead. We are not going to fight now. So that's another thing. Another thing that it's just a speculation, it's just a guess. I'm not exactly sure, but I feel like the person behind the mask on the other side, who shot that guy. What was his name? I forgot his name. That guy, the guy who ran away, from them, who shot him, and then shot Watson. He shot him, didn't he? Yeah, he shot him and then shot Watson. I think that guy is Inspector Lestrade. My guess would be he had no plans on shooting Watson. In that struggle, like the gun probably just got triggered, and it shot Watson, and he ran away from there. So I feel like that might be the thing. Like it was Inspector Lestrade. He didn't have any intentions of killing Watson. The only thing that he probably wanted to do was kill that guy. But then Watson came in the scene. They struggled, and the gun shot. He got hit, and Lestrade ran away. And now he probably feels a little bit guilty because of that, and something like that. I would guess. I don't know. Just a guess. I feel like this is how this is going to go. Or I may be completely wrong. Let's wait. Anyways, we begin this episode with Albert getting his information from this one random person, and he gets shot by. Okay, just a minute. Let me check this part. Okay, Albert says, "What is this man doing in London?" That guy with the steam rifle. I'm pretty sure that he's talking about him. I forgot his name. And the guy says, ever since Sherlock Holmes made his big comeback, he's been going around solving every cold case from the past few years and turning all of the culprits over to the authorities. So he's trying to make a name for himself by killing Holmes. Or was he hired to do it by someone else? Anyways, he asks for the money and then he gets shot by that same guy. Albert runs away. Not runs, but drives away from there. And later on, we see Lupin and Jigen coming back to London. And here, Goemon has not come back because he's still sulky of that defeat. Anyways, so here they have like a few things to do, Lupin and Jigen. So Lupin tells Jigen, shows him a picture of that guy, the steam rifle guy, and Jigen says like, "Oh, this will be fun. I should enjoy a good challenge." And Lupin says, "Actually, I'm going to deal with him. Would you mind digging around for the info in the meantime?" Don't we usually do this other way around? Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, but you're much better acquainted with the world of mercenaries than I am. So yeah, this time Jigen was charged with gathering information, while Lupin is going to go across this guy. So there you go. Now after that, this part I am still not sure. You know what, I'm probably wrong. I thought that was actually Lupin in disguise as Lestrade. Now I'm still not so sure about this part, because I felt like the way Lestrade was talking was his talking style was kind of like Lupin's. I might be wrong. This might actually be Lestrade. I'm not really sure. Anyways, because there's a few suspicious things. First of all, Lily comes out, and Lily's like, "Oh, Mr. Lestrade." And Mr. Lestrade is like, "Yeah, today is my first day off in a long time. I came here to walk you home in place of Mrs. Hudson." So there you go. So this wasn't planned. He just dropped in suddenly. One reason why I'm a little bit suspicious, because this seems like something a lie that Lupin would make. Maybe he just wanted to have a little conversation with Lily. That's why I took in Mr. Lestrade's disguise and talked to her, because obviously coming in his original self is going to just make Lily suffer. So yeah, he asks a few things to Lily and talks about Holmes to Lily as well. And Lily is talking about how Holmes never really takes any higher difficulty cases because of her, for her for her school fees and all that. And she's like, but nowadays he's taking more. It seems like he's going back to the previous home before my dad died, which is something that she definitely wants. She doesn't want Holmes to sacrifice stuff for her. While okay, so here Lestrade says, where's that part? Just a minute. Okay, Lester says that may be true, but he chose to do that of his free will. You know, yeah, like he says all of that kind of makes Lily a little bit calmer. But then Lily's headache, like, strikes, and this part is also a little bit suspicious. Why would she suddenly get that headache? Maybe because her memory is coming back or something like that, or maybe because, like I said, I'm still suspicious of Lestrade over here, because I still think that was Lupin in disguise, who just wanted to hear a little bit more of Lily's part of the story. Here, this part, like I said, I felt like the way he is talking here is so much like Lupin, where, okay, I'm going to read this part. When Lily says, I haven't seen much of him because he's been out chasing cases constantly, and he says, like, he's just completely changed, hasn't he? Now, I'm not talking about the subtitles. I'm talking about how he says this, the way of speaking in Japanese, the way he speaks. He says that, okay, let me just repeat what he says. Alright, he says, Aitsu sukkari kawachimayagatta. There you go. This way of speaking, Lupin does this. Like a very casual way of speaking. Like this. And I don't know if Lily felt a little suspicious as she kind of looked at him a little bit. And then, like, continues the conversation. So these are the reasons why I think this is Lupin. I might be completely wrong, though. Because, yeah, who knows? Anyways, because they didn't even, like, really show us if that was really Lestrade or if that was Lupin. They didn't really confirm that to us in the end. So we still don't know. But I have a suspicion that that was Lupin in disguise. Either way, later on, Lestrade takes Lily to her house. And yeah, now here after that we see Holmes is, like, involved in one of the crimes, where this one guy was talking about someone, like, like shooting himself in, like, like with a gun, and then Holmes kind of tricks him, by like his son comes out, and his son's like, oh, look at this, like this, the detective person gave this to me, like, and tries to drink it, and obviously since the original one that he used was made, like, the hallucinogen was put in it, he got afraid of his son ingesting it, so overreacts over there, and Holmes is like, oh, got you, However, that one wasn't really the original one. That has already been sent to the forensics. That's something that I bought. So yeah, cat's out of the bag. So that's how he gets him, arrests him. Yeah, and later on, like, we get to see Zenigata and Yata go to the diner where they meet Lestrade here, while Lily goes to her room and, kind of brings up the picture, and we actually see Watson's face here properly, Alright, so later on we see Jigen and no, not Jigen, sorry, Zenigata, Yata and Lestrade kind of talking about each other. Lestrade talking about how Holmes is avoiding him, while Zenigata is like, like, oh, like, Lupin, I know everything about Lupin. We go way back in the past, I know everything there is to know about him. They're just, like, just talking about all of that. Now, later on, we see Holmes comes back and talks to Mrs. Hudson, goes to the room, sees Lily sleeping, and puts down the picture. And what we see is Holmes. Just a minute. I think Holmes opens the curtains, doesn't he? Yeah, no, he closes the curtain, sorry. I'm pretty sure that was like a fake dummy over there. He closes the curtain, and like, we see this person keeping an eye on that, like that window. And while Lupin is also keeping an eye and sees, like, a shadow on the other side of the curtain. That definitely was not Holmes, that was something else, I'm pretty sure. While Zenigata comes in. Now, I will be honest, it did bug me really. I did get weirded out seeing suddenly Zenigata, like, behind Lupin on top of a roof. I'm like, what is happening? Why is he here on top of a roof? That's a odd place to suddenly come, you know. And how did he even track him? So, but then I kind of was like, maybe this is like, Zenigata's friendship power, like whenever Rupan is like, somewhere close, like, in the vicinity, his radar goes off or something. He's like, oh, Rupan is here, let's go. I didn't really think much about it, but it did kind of, like, I did find it odd, like he's suddenly on top of a roof. Now it makes sense, that was Holmes in disguise. So what Holmes did is like close the curtains, put a dummy over there, took Zenigata's disguise and go to the roof and talk to Rupan while Zenigata and Yata and all of them are like asleep. Another thing that I should have realized, that is a big hint in making us think, making us understand that this is Holmes, is that Yata's missing. While Zenigata was here, he wasn't there at all. I was thinking like, where is he? But it never really struck me, oh, this is Holmes in disguise, that's why Yata's not here. And either way, I'm pretty sure Rupan realized from the beginning that this was Holmes. And, so Holmes comes, I'm going to call him Zenigata now, like Zenigata in Holmes in Zenigata's disguise. So Zenigata, comes in and asks him, like, oh, did you kill Watson? And Rupan says, like, no comment. And then this guy, keeping an eye, with a sniper rifle in that silhouette and going to shoot it. Now, I don't know if Rupan realized that was a dummy or not, but Rupan, oh, not Rupan, sorry, Zenigata starts screaming and that guy's attention comes towards us and yeah, he starts following us now. So now we see the gun that he's carrying is a very interesting gun. It's a gun which has like steam, like 2 cylinders in the back, like filled with steam. I remember seeing these type of guns in video games. I mean, they are quite cool, like it's like the steam, there's like a steam thing in the back, especially like, games which has like a post-apocalyptic settings. These type of guns can be seen, like, like a steampunk setting, that type of thing. Like Fallout, the Fallout series and stuff like that. Like I remember in the Fallout series seeing a gun like this, as far as I can remember. It was like a steam thing going on in the back and something like that. It's quite cool. Anyways, he's using that. And it packs a punch, it's like just destroying the rocks and everything, just getting, the graves that they were hiding behind, shooting the graves and the graves, yeah, it packs a punch. Either way, they were like camping in behind the graves, and here we get to know this guy's name, Colonel Sebastian Moran, and he's a seasoned merc with skills to match. So this guy has been trying to get Holmes. Now, alright, so after that, Jigen calls them, and Jigen is like, what's going on? And Rupan is like, oh, like, something has happened here, that guy's on top of us. And Jigen is like, should I come? And Rupan said, no, I have the knight in shining armor with me. Obviously at that point I thought he was talking about Zenigata, but no, that was Holmes, and I'm pretty sure Rupan knew that was Holmes. Either way, here Holmes asks Rupan what happened 10 years ago, tell me properly. And Rupan explains to him everything, like talks about the Raven's treasure, and like it says that, okay, where's that part? Let me read this section. Okay, nobody among the living knows of them. Okay, alright. In any case, I knew that they were a bunch of dirty dog I don't want to touch with a 10-foot pole, except just when I was ready to drop it and move on, something happened that changed everything. And Zenigata, or Holmes here, says, was it Holmes? 10 years ago, Holmes was called upon to solve a case that involved the peculiar persecution of a tobacco giant by the name of John Vincent Harden. Alright, that was when one of the culprits, Horatio Clover, came forward to strike a deal. Alright, he claimed to be a member of the Raven, and in exchange of wiping his criminal record clear, he was willing to tell them everything he knew about the organization. Okay, one thing I still don't understand is why the hell did Horatio Clover even go to the police? If he, in the end, if he just runs away. I don't understand that part. Let me see. Let me use this part and see if I can understand. All right. Okay, that put Horatio's life in like danger. So Scotland Yard came up with a plan to. Oh, maybe because the Raven was like hunting him down after that. He got scared, and that's why he ran away. Okay, maybe because of that. So Scotland Yard came up with a plan to temporarily relocate him to France, where they could conduct his interrogation until the day they put out. Okay, and surrounded in more of officers than you can shake. Okay, but then what happened is he ran away. Yeah, and we see that Rupan has saw that. Okay, despite the intelligence, this one was the time when Holmes was even bamboozled. I mean, who could have predicted the guy they were working so hard to protect would just duck out on them? Like I said, I think he probably chickened out. He was like, oh no, they're trying to get me. Let me just run away and go to them and say that, oh, it was just, like nothing serious. I'm still loyal to you guys. That type of thing, I feel like. Either way, so here we see that Rupan followed him and comes to like a part where this guy gets confronted with someone, that guy under the mask, and yeah, like a little scuffle occurs and he gets shot. Horatio dies. So this part I have to say, okay, let me see this part properly again. Watson sees that, and Watson is like, oh dear lord. Watson comes in, sees the scene, and alright, you can see that this guy, I think this guy is Inspector Lestrade. I might be completely wrong, but I have a little suspicion about that. So Lily comes in, and obviously Watson gets scared. Watson is like, oh, he's probably going to harm my daughter. So Watson tries to stop that guy. Scuffle ensures, and like the gun gets shot, and yeah, Watson falls. Rupan goes to see if he's fine or not, but he's dying, almost dead. Lily witnesses this scene. Lily faints, seeing Rupan with the gun. And after that, Holmes comes in immediately, and Holmes sees, and Holmes realizes that it was definitely not Rupan. Like the original culprit has already ran away. So realizing that, he said, like, told Rupan that don't. Oh no, Rupan said, like, are you going to fight with me? If we fight, then neither of us is going to go scot free. Think properly and say. And then that's when Holmes was like, yeah, sure, go ahead, run away. Like don't come near Lily again. Let's make that a deal. And Lupin goes away. So that is what happens. Yeah, and Lupin kind of explains why Holmes didn't fight there, because if something happened to Holmes while fighting Lupin, what next would happen, that the people in Holmes's absence would try to target Lily, and they would be successful in doing that. To prevent that, he did not fight Lupin. Yeah, nobody would have been left to keep her safe, assuming he and I took each other out during a fight. Okay. Anuba says, from what I heard afterward, Lily apparently came down with a bad fever that night, and that's why Watson was going towards the hospital. But it was middle of driving her towards the hospital, but then came across the scene. And there's a good chance that Lily also saw the face of whoever was from the car, and that is why they are trying to get their hands on Lily and see if, now that her memory is not there, but once her memory comes back, Raven and everyone else will try to target her. Okay, but the shock of the night was too much and caused her to forget everything that happened. 10 years have gone by. She's 14 years old now. If you ask me, it's time that she faces reality and get over whatever happened that night. Okay, and obviously Holmes here gets surprised, and he says, like, wait, was that the reason why you intentionally let Lily see you? Sheltering her from all this only deprives her of the chance of growth, despite what a certain detective thinks. And Zeniga says, but you do realize that she thinks you're the one who killed him. She'll figure out that I didn't do it soon enough. After all, there's nothing more powerful than the truth. It's so funny, I'm actually realizing the little hints that Lupin was dropping that this was Holmes. Especially this word, which Rupal says, after all, there's nothing more powerful than the truth. I'm pretty sure this is like one of the, like, like catchphrases of Sherlock Holmes. Like, he talks a lot about truth, and like, there's like one catchphrase, I think there's always one truth or something like that. And there's also another, like, like catchphrase like taking out all the uh no what was that? Removing all the improbable things, whatever remains, however improbable is the truth, or something like that. I forgot the actual like code. I forgot the code. There was a code like that. You know what? Let me check. That's a very good code. I really like that code. Like I watched Detective Conan, obviously, like, and like Conan's one of the, like, catchphrase. It's one of the catchphrases that Conan loves to use a lot of the times. Uh, just a minute. Good God, why is my internet lagging? Ugh, just a second. Great. My internet is lagging. All right, I'll come back to that. Okay, here we go. Whatever remains. I know the final section of it. Whatever remains. However improbable is the truth. Something like that. It goes something like this. Whatever remains, however improbable, is the truth. All right. When you have eliminated the impossible, there you go. Whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth. There you go. So Lupin was constantly dropping hints at this section, like, telling us that this is Sherlock Holmes. But now that I understand why he said that. Either way, again, like, Zenigata's like, all right, let me take care of this guy, and Lupin's like, oh my God, when did you become such a badass? Again, another hint that it's not Zenigata. Anyways, like, Holmes goes and corners him, shoots him. The gun, like, like, it gets destroyed, and then Holmes and Lupin corners that guy on top of a tower. So, anyways, they try to ask him what the hell is going on, and he's like, oh, like, like the Raven is a relic from the past. The professor will see to that, and he just jumps into the water. Either way, Lupin's like, oh, did you get everything, Pops? Or if I, like, like, if I have to say, Holmes, Sherlock Holmes, did you get everything from that? And Holmes is like, oh, so you knew. And he's like, yeah, obviously, Pops is never that such a badass. And we kind of like cut off to the cafe, the diner, where we see all of them are like drunk and sleeping. And we also see, damn, like there's like rocket launcher sniper rifles. Like Mrs. Hudson is holding a sniper rifle sitting beside Lily. And yep, and that was a cardboard cutout. We see that. Like I said, that was a decoy. I didn't catch this section when I was reacting to it. And now we see it. It's a cardboard cutout. This part is kind of interesting because I remember, like, I think I've said this before as well. I used to read Tintin comics, when I was a kid. I remember, like, Tintin used to do this so many times, like having cardboard cutouts and putting them behind behind the window with the curtains on, put them behind them. And I remember there was two detectives, Thompson and Thompson, I think something like that, Thompson and Thompson, both of them. I remember, like, there was like a scene, I don't exactly remember which comic it was, but I remember them with their cardboard cutout, and underneath the cardboard cutout there were like rollerblades, and they were like, kind of pushing it, and it seemed as if the cardboard cutouts were moving, and they were talking to each other. It seemed like, the cardboard cutout, one was Captain Haddock's cardboard cutout, another one was Tintin's cardboard cutout, and they faked their, like, like that whole thing, and made other people, like, the people who are targeting Tintin, made them, tricked them like that. I remember that part. I don't exactly remember which comic it was, but this kind of reminded me of that, the cardboard cutout behind the window and like, and the curtain. Anyways, after that, all right. Later we get to listen to Holmes. All right. On the day of Watson's murder, I was responding to summons from government officials. They wanted me to explain the details of Horatius' relocation. I'm almost positive that if I had stayed with him, he wouldn't have tried to flee from the hotel. And so he kind of blames himself a little bit. And not only that, okay, yeah, did you decide to ditch from the whole detective scene because of that? And he says, like, no, there's more to it than that. Lily's lost memories. If a memory is ever returned, if I knew she'd be hunted by Raven for life. Exactly. And yeah, and he also says, like, you are also correct, Rupan. Like, I agree to it now. I've been overprotecting her a bit too much. So she also needs to face this, and I'll be there with her, like to protect her in that situation. Either way, Holmes is like, I'm going to go and have a breakfast with Lily. You know, but Rupan also says like, oh, I'm going to get my hands on Raven's treasure. Then don't interfere with that. And then we see Holmes and Lily having breakfast, and that was episode number 7. All right. Okay. Let's see. Episode number 8. Yeah, that was a good episode. That was a really good episode. Let's see episode number 8, and let's see where this goes. And yeah, all right, let's get started. So I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's begin. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, also another thing. Jigen was talking about someone in the after credit scene. He was saying something like, oh, like that kid must have grown up. I don't understand what she was trying to say. Maybe we'll get an answer in this episode, what he was exactly meaning by that. Okay, let's go. Alright, something is happening here. Oh, Jigen has been. What the? Who's. Huh. Not enough bullets, is it? Swap out the frame. Ah. Ah. I see. Yeah, he. Hmm. Well, he must have some memories. Nah, stop that. That definitely doesn't pack much punch. A revolver packs a punch. Yeah. Hmm. Oh, but changing bullets would also mean, like the speed at how the bullet goes is going to differ now. He needed 3 shots. Uh, Last Bullet. Wait, is this a standalone episode? Oh no, there's Lily. Ah! Kenny Howell. Hmm. Um, that's unfortunate. Lupin's keeping an eye. Wait, are they playing cricket? Oh, yeah, this is England, I guess. It's the first time I'm actually seeing cricket in an anime. That's actually. Usually it's baseball, and now, yeah, obviously it's this is England, so I guess cricket. Hmm. Yo, kid. What the? Who? What? What? Why? Well, thank God this kid was keeping an eye on. Wait, is that a man? Oh my God. Yeah? You think that'll work? Lupin didn't even use his hands. He's like, okay, probably trying to kidnap her for money or something. Duh. Yeah. Yeah? Probably written on the. Oh no. Very long. Ah, Shinagawadi-san. Hmm. Oh, time to move. Wait, then what? How would he explain that? Uh, Wait, what happened to Holmes's leg? Hmm. Okay. Oh wait, is this in the past? God. Oh really? Is that like oh? There's a. Oh. Wait, is this actually happening in the past? Or is it. Why are you eating like that? Oh, they are the people hired by him. Oh boy, something's going to happen here. Great. Now they're going to disguise as them. Great. Oh my. He's back! Oh no. Great. Oh, is that Lupin? Oh my god. Oh, there you go. The tracker. And Jigen is ready. Oh. Oh my god. Why is he here? Oh, that's where he get his information from. And he. Oh. Alright, and he wants to get back. He wants to get back at Jigen as well, so. Oh, they know him. Oh god. Alright. Jigen. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there he is. Oh my god. He realized. He just dipped. Yep. What are you going to do with that small little gun? Oh no, he can. Oh yeah, he can do that, I guess. True. He has a car with him. Hmm. Now what? Oh, it's Jigen, yeah. Hmm. Well, doesn't have any choice, you know. This is nothing. It's the middle of nowhere. Hmm. Brook. Ah, wow. Yeah, he's definitely gonna come back. Like, I think he's probably like, oh no, now what? Yo, oh my god. Great. Bulletproof. Oh, because of that. Yeah, the tires. Well, that's a gunman. Yeah. Well. Oh, is this? Yep, that's him. Damn. Oh my god, he has a grenade launcher. What? Oh my god. Uh, how strong is he? He's actually holding a grenade launcher in one hand. What about the recoil? Oh, oh, yeah, yeah. Oh my god. Damn. Well, I feel like he jumped out or something. No, it's a way of life, as you said. This is the only way he knows how to live. I feel like he's still alive. Yeah. Hmm. Yep, he's. Yeah, there you go. Oh, he has a bulletproof vest. Well, your head is empty. He can shoot you in the head. Hmm. What? Oh, that's him. I was wondering, maybe. Like, because Jigen said in the previous video, like, oh, I wonder how that kid is doing now. I was thinking maybe this was actually him in disguise. Oh boy. How did he change his voice? Hmm. Yeah, well. Well, wait, who hired him to do this? Well, speed. Oh, the gun is going to break now after that, I feel like. This is like the last bullet, like the title says. You suck at aiming. Why are you running and shooting? Obviously, your aim is going to suck if you do that. Yep, that's it. The last bullet. The whole gun. Oh my god. Damn, it actually pierced the bulletproof vest. You just use the. And that's Lupin, obviously. Oh, there. Yeah. Wait, then. What the hell? Who is that? Oh, that's the actual Bruton. Okay. Alright. Yeah. Mm. Alright, that was. Hmm. Okay, who is this kid? Like, is he like going to become like a character, major character later on or something? Or maybe he himself is going to become a gunman or something in the future. I don't know. All right, so yeah, obviously this was. I think this was like a, like a recollection, like a backstory. Like in the previous video, we saw Jigen talking about him and saying, "Oh, I wonder how that kid is doing," which obviously means this is a story that he remembers. This happened in the past. This is not the not happening in present. This happened before, and he's just recollecting his memories about that type of thing. Okay, is that it? Yeah. All right, that was an interesting episode. It wasn't really like I wouldn't say this is kind of like related to the main story, but it was like kind of like associated with it, and it was like a little backstory or something of that sort. And alright, makes sense. Like in the previous video, Jigen was talking about this kid, and now we know what he was exactly talking about. And I had my suspicions that maybe the Lily here is actually that kid in disguise, because in the previous video, in the end, he did say that, oh, Jigen did say, I wonder how that kid is doing, which kind of implies that he had contact with this certain kid. And here we go. Like that's why I was like, oh, maybe this is actually the kid in disguise, but I didn't really think much about it. In the end, after it got revealed, I was like, ah, yeah, there you go. So I was correct. And yeah, all right. So this episode we begin with Jigen fighting this guy. What was his name? something with B. His name was, I forgot his name. This ex-CIA mercenary turned mercenary. This guy, he he's fighting Jigen, and we can see Jigen's gun is actually kind of acting up, and we get a little recollection of Jigen going to the store and asking for what's going on, can you change this. However, the gunsmith was like, oh, not gunsmith, sorry, the shopkeeper was like, oh no, unfortunately this is like a old model, so we won't be able to get this type of thing. What you can try to do is stop using magnum rounds because it actually hurts the gun more, so stop using magnum rounds, use this instead, this bullet. Now obviously Jigen is not happy about that because Jigen, Jigen, the magnum rounds that he uses are packs a punch, obviously. However, the new ones doesn't really do that thing. So but he's still using it, he's still using it because otherwise his gun is going to get destroyed. And this is his old partner, this gun, and he doesn't want to change this, so he's using that. And we get to see in the end Burdock, I think that was his name, he shoots him 3 times and he falls down, and I'm pretty sure he had the bulletproof vest in him, and that is exactly why he survived. Because as we see, that bulletproof vest and those bullets, are not a good match. If this was like the normal magnum rounds, it would have probably pierced the bulletproof vest and gotten to him. However, he was using the other bullets, so it didn't work, and that's why even though he fell down into the water, he was still alive. And there you go. Later on, after that scene, we see this kid. What's his name? Kenny Howell. Kenny, that's his name. Kenny, has a little crush on Lily, and he's looking at her, and the teacher is like, "Oh, can you please repeat this?" However, Kenny cannot repeat it. Then he asks Lily about the question. Lily answers it pretty nicely, and and then we see them playing, in the field playing cricket. He's still staring at Lily, and like I said, this is the first time I'm actually seeing any anime with cricket. Usually, obviously, since it's Japan, baseball, but since it's the UK, cricket, and me being from India, cricket is huge here. If you didn't know, it's huge. Like everyone watches cricket here in India, and also football as well. But cricket is like a huge thing here. So I was like, damn, it's the first time I've seen cricket in an anime. But yeah, since it's UK, makes sense. Anyways, after that they go to a museum, and in the museum, because Kenny was always keeping an eye on Lily, he sees something odd. He sees this one janitor or person in janitor's disguise who tried to kidnap Lily, and he immediately goes, and I was actually surprised that he actually went and jumped towards the janitor, tackled him. Shows how brave he is, who would do that? He's a little kid. How old is he? 4 years, 5 years, something like that. I don't know how old he is. And since this is like a recollection, like a story that happened before, it's not the present. In present, Lily is 15 years old or something like that. When this is happening is way earlier than that. So I'm pretty sure he's how much? 7 or 8 years old or something like that. At that age, he just tackled that guy. And but then Lupin comes in, and Lupin is also attack, has a little fight with that guy. Lily is unconscious at that point, and that guy runs away, seeing that he won't be able to defeat Lupin. So Lupin is like, nice work, kid. And he says that, can you not tell this girl here about me, and don't let her know that. Now, I do wonder here, exactly when did Lupin talk to this kid and tell him to... I'm pretty sure it was Lupin who hired him and told him that, oh, kid, since you like Lily this much, can you help me out? Lily's life is in danger, so you have to put on Lily's disguise and come with, go with a certain, the kidnappers are probably going to kidnap you. And however, don't worry, there's another there's another nice old man, just waiting uh, keeping an eye on you from, like, like, we'll keep an eye on the car, and he'll rescue you. So you don't have to worry about it. I'm pretty sure Rupan said something like that to him, and the kid agreed to it. I don't exactly know when he did that. Either way, he probably did that somewhere during that time. Asked him for his help. Either way, we also get to see that Holmes is, like, like, telling, like, Lily will be transferred to London. I think that's what, yeah. And he asked for some security from Inspector Lestrade, and that is why he was, like, had, like, a crutch. I was like, why is Holmes having a crutch? And it makes sense. This is the past, So he says that I need some, like, like, guards, and Lestrade is like, oh, I cannot, like, go myself, but I can provide some people to keep an eye on Lily. So later on, we see Rupan. Rupan told him, like, call me Daddy Longlegs. Wait a minute, is Daddy Longlegs like an actual character? Daddy Longlegs. What the hell? I I searched Daddy Longlegs in Google. Why are there images of spider coming? Okay, here we go. The novel Daddy Longlegs. American writer Jean Webster follows the protagonist Joshua Judy Abbott as she leaves an orphanage and is sent to college by a benefactor who she has never seen. Okay, anyways, I'll look at it later. So yeah, it's actually like a novel. And anyways, so he asks Lily about it, and he's like, "Oh, does that ring a bell?" And Lily's like, "Oh, who? Like, are you talking about the novel?" And he's like, "No, forget it." Anyways, later on we get to see those two who were actually supposed to be the guards to guard Lily, and they immediately, after leaving the diner, they get just knocked out and probably killed, I guess. And yeah, the other two, like, that guy, the janitor guy, and someone else, they take their, like, disguise, and there you go. Now it makes so much sense. Rupan was in the professor. I forgot his name. That professor, that guy, the teacher. Rupan was in his disguise, while Kenny was in Lily's disguise. Now it makes sense. So yeah, Rupan definitely, like, like, did, like, made the whole thing like that. And, like, it's so funny. This scene, everyone is in disguise. Rupan is in disguise. Kenny is in disguise. Those two guys who has come to take Lily, they're also in disguise. They're the criminals. So it's so funny. This is the scene where everyone is in disguise, and those two doesn't know. Well, obviously Rupan and Kenny knows about what's going on. So yeah, they take him, and excuse me, they're, like, moving from one place to another, and we get to see this, like, other guy, the Bordock or whatever the hell his name was, who fell in the water. He got, like, like, information that, yeah, Jigen might be here, and you have to kill the kid. So he's like, oh, two birds, one stone. He's ready. He's, like, in front of the road, just waiting for them. When they stop the car, he tells those guys, like, oh, you have to kill her, like, that's the job, because that's the job. And they try to shoot the girl, but yeah, obviously Jigen was there, like, keeping an eye on them. Jigen shoots those two, and he immediately realizes Jigen. He knew that Jigen would be here. That's why he was ready, and he just dodged immediately, went behind a like, rock. And I was thinking, how will he use his small little gun to get Jigen, who is, like, in such a distance with a sniper rifle? And it makes sense. He takes the car and just leaves, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to get you. Bradder Rock, that's his name. Brad, okay, Brad, that's his name. So Brad leaves. Later on, everything makes so much sense now. I was kind of, like, obviously at that moment I did not know that that was actually Kenny in Lily's disguise. But it makes sense why he was so calm after all of that happened, because he knew this was going to happen. Lupin told him that, oh, this might happen, so stay calm, like, don't get worried or something like that. And that's why, since he knew this was going to happen, he was calm here. I did wonder here, like, why is Lily this calm? she should be scared because so many things are happening. Someone's shooting and all that. But no, this was Kenny in disguise, and Kenny knew everything that was going to happen. That's why he was so calm. Mm, Either way, uh, so Jigen is like, "Oh, I've come here to protect you. Come with me." And like the movie, and the kid asks a lot of things to Jigen in the journey. Tells like, "Oh, what are you, a bodyguard?" And he's like, "No, I'm a gunman." And he's like, "Oh, what's a gunman?" Like, and he's like, "Oh, is it like a profession or something?" And he's like, "No, it's a way of life." I love that part where the police stops them. The police is like, "Oh, can I get your license?" And he's like, "Oh, it's an international license." He's like, "Ah, it's fine. Give it to me." Takes out a gun. Jigen knew what was going on, gets out of that situation. And you can see Jigen is shooting, but his bullets are not doing anything. It's not the Magnum, the usual kind that he uses. So he turns the car around, goes back, and shoots the tires. All those police cars go down. However, one car where Brad is there, he comes in, and they do a little chase. Brad is actually shooting grenade launchers, and I'm like, what the hell? And obviously, Jigen tries to kind of maneuver, and Jigen's in the end, Jigen says like, brace yourself, and Kenny kind of holds properly, like, so that he doesn't get flinged out. And in the smoke, Jigen actually stopped the car in the middle, and Brad was coming in at full speed, crashes, and Brad just falls, right? The whole car just upturns. And yeah, Brad is there, and Jigen comes out, and Jigen is like, there you go, this is what my way of life is. And Kenny says like, aren't you scared? And he's like, oh, I'm scared, trust me, this thing would scare anyone, but this is the only way I can live. And Kenny sees how his gun has been cracked, and again Brad comes out at that moment, and Brad takes out his his shirt, bulletproof vest again. This is how he survived the previous time. So Jigen is like, yep, this time it's not going to work like that. This bullet cannot do, so I need to use my Magnum bullet. And not only that, he was actually kind of expecting the gun to blow out completely when he would shoot. So the whole gun nozzle is going to come out and just go and get to him. He knew that was going to happen. That's what he was also planning to do. So he's like, yep, this is the final time that I'm going to use the final bullet. I have to do this. So he tells the Kenny that oh no, at that moment Brad still didn't know that this kid is Kenny. So he's like, oh, I need to kill the kid. And Jane is like, sorry, this guy, this is not your target. And he takes out the disguise. Brad gets angry, tries to shoot him, and Jigen takes out his gun. And now the way Brad was like running with one hand shooting, he's missing all the shots, and I'm like, what the hell is this guy doing? Why are you shooting like that? Stop and shoot. Don't just run like that and try to shoot. This is not a video game. You're not going to unless and until you are extremely skilled, you're not going to get anyone with that. Either way, Jigen shoots him, and the whole gun just blasts off and just lodges into his bulletproof vest. Obviously the bullet probably pierced it and got to his heart. The nozzle of the gun also got clocked to that part. Either way, Jigen's hand is also bleeding, because it blew up in his hand. So there you go, that was the final bullet. Later on, we see the original teacher, and Lily has been sent over there. I don't understand if Holmes realized what actually happened. Maybe Holmes realized what went down, and maybe he realized that this has something to do with Lupin or something. But either way, Holmes says, oh, at least you're safe, thank God for that. And Lupin saw everything went down pretty well over there. And later on, we see Jigen getting a new gun. It's a custom made gun, so he's like, thanks for this. And yeah, after that, Jigen talks to Lupin about that kid, and he says that kid was brave, and I have to say he definitely learned a few things from today. And yeah, later on we see Kenny's looking at the snow is falling, and he's looking at the people, kids playing cricket over there. Now obviously Lily is not here anymore. She went back to London, so he's like standing there alone, and he says that, Jigen, I think I kind of understand what you meant. And now, do who is this kid? Is this someone that we know? Like, I'm not exactly sure, or maybe we'll get to see him later after this. You know, like obviously now Lily's like 15 years old. I'm sure he's also 15 years old now. But yeah, I don't know if that was like a hint that we're going to see him later on or something. But either way, he did learn a very interesting lesson. Like, you know, that was crazy. He actually went through all of that, a life and death situation, and he's quite brave. He's so brave. You know, like imagine like, you know, being that calm in that type of a situation. That's crazy. At that age, if someone pushed me and I fell down, I used to cry. While this kid is getting in front, like in front of a gunfight and not batting an eyelid. All right. Anyways, that's it. That's my reaction to episode number 7 and 8 of Lupin the Third, part 6. I like these two episodes. These two episodes were really good. Especially episode 7 was really good. We get to get a lot of information. Get to know whether, like, you know, what happened in that scene, how Watson died, and how Holmes knows about it as well, that Lupin didn't do it, all that stuff. And this episode was also a nice little short story. Okay, so that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. This was my reaction. So if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. Yeah, that is it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next week with 2 more episodes of Lupin the Third, part 6. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.